welcome to Adelaide Footy PubTalk, and we're up to Division 4, and I'm with Dylan Smith from the Glenelg Footy Club. Welcome, Dylan.
Thanks, Arse. Thanks for having me.
2 years at Glenelg?
Yep, third year now.
Third year?
Yep.
2 years, two grand finals. That's pretty kissed, I think. That's magnificent.
Very lucky.
Straight from school. So, and you're doing all right this year too, which is
Yeah,
good.
we've gone right first couple of games, which is good. So,
And on the wing?
Yeah, on the wing.
Your wing?
Yeah, a bit of the ball out there, which is nice. As opposed to the back pocket where I started. But no, you've got to learn your trade somewhere.
That's exactly right. And I'm with Keaton Thomas. Keaton is from the Smosh West Lakes Footy Club, so this is his division, of course. So obviously go to his game later on. So before we get started though, you are with Morgan Cox. You play with Morgan Cox.
Yes, I do.
Right? Yes.
The fortunate opportunities each week to pull on the boots and the Guernsey with Big Morgan.
So pretend you was dating someone.
Yes.
How would you feel like their father would be thinking at the moment?
Oh look, yeah, you'd be a little bit concerned, wouldn't you? No, Morgan's
right?
he's a gentle giant, big walks, and
He certainly is.
He's a cult figure in the footy club, and we love him for it.
He got rid of the dreadlocks.
He got rid of the mop.
The mop is, I said there's 3 reasons you have to date my daughter. Number 1, you can't have dreadlocks. So you can't have the band buns. So he got rid of it.
He must really like it.
Did you? Exactly. I'm hoping so. No, he's a good kid too. Good kid. So they got rid of the man bun. So, but no, he's certainly a good player as well. So we'll come to him later. Anyway, go to the first game. We've got Seabok took on Pembroke. There's really a 50-50 toss with Cornish was going to win this one, and it ended up being Seabok by only 20 points, not much at the end. It was Seabok 13-8-86, defeated Pembroke 9-9-63. So how did we go to Seabok?
Yeah, Seabok though were the premiers of Division 5 last year, a couple of Division 4. Brad Johansen there's kick 5. Obviously a bit of a different role for him. He's more of a midfielder and he's kicked back 5 there. They got Raymond kick 3, Harris kick 3, Downie kick 2. Best players for them was Aplin. This is a tricky one to pronounce, but we'll call him Pasiczynskyj with a J on the end there. Johansen, good to see they're rewarding a bloke kicking back at 5 with the third best. Raymond 4th and Watkins with a 5th best there. But unfortunately for all of them, they had to pull on a purple Dolphin Guernsey.
That's exactly. But with Brad Johansen, he was rewarded because he got, obviously it was with Salisbury North.
He was.
And he just left before the few incidents happened out there. He's playing with Seabok now and grand final back home Div 3, so he is definitely being rewarded for his move. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And for Pembroke?
Yeah, tough day for the Poor Old Kings. They've had a tough run over the last 12 to 18 months. With Tim Hart coaching out there this year. So we've got Pengelly, Evans, Webster and Curnow all with 2 goals. And we had Vandermoer, Carruthers, Carruthers, young gun out there. Curnow, Charles Canny and Pengelly, all the best players. But yeah, they've got a few recruits out there, Harrison George, James Iannucci, Breda, Adam Zenny, all good young players.
So when you see the Evans not firing up, whether it's fed down him, I don't know, usually bags up the 5 or 6 or 7, he's an SAAFL player, only bagging a couple, probably may not be delivered him, but when he doesn't fire, that sort of Pembroke doesn't fire either. So no, good win there to Seabok, and they're on their way. So next one, a bit of a high scoring game, probably not an upset either, it's probably could have gone either way with this one as well. So it was a Pooraka took on the Townies up there at Pooraka, but it was Edwardstown over Pooraka, 16 goal 11, 107, defeating Pooraka 12-13-85.
Yeah, look, so yeah, both strong sides this year, Division 4 for sure, Pooraka and Edwardstown both deep in the finals last year in Division 4 footy, and they'll be looking to go up to Division 3 pretty quickly. Pooraka there, they've got Batten kick 2, Baker 2, Vandermoer kick 2, Pelentsov kick 2, the multiple goal kickers, and their best player was Zolnowski, Armstrong, Rigney, Dittmar and Wyles. Round out the top 5.
Yep. And for Edwardstown?
Yeah, for Edwardstown, we had Cornish with 4. I think he's kicked a couple of bags of 4 this year. Dan with 4 and Parker with 3. And then for their best players, we had Salt, Horgan, Parker, Roberts and Munn. They're a pretty good outfit. We had a few battles with them last year. Lucky enough to beat them in the prelim final. So yeah, they'll be around the month, I think. Again.
Yeah, Edwardstown, the good win here over Pooraka. Now, you played them last week, and they're actually, they were about 47 points up during the game, and they actually lost by 2. Was there anything that game Edwardstown did, or you guys just did something different?
Yeah, Edwardstown in the first half, they moved the footy really well. They spread well at the back of the stoppages, and they got a couple of decent forwards up there. So they played well then, and then the second half, I suppose we just got into one win instead of theirs, and we were lucky on the scoreboard, and then held on in the end, which was really good.
But they were a good side, Edwardstown. They're
Really
a very good side. So with the first half, obviously when they slowed down, not sure whether it's the fitness or whether something didn't go wrong there. But a good win by you boys. We'll come to you boys in a minute. But another good win there at Edwardstown. So hopefully this could be things to come. So this is. Not sure whether this was an upset as well. So Woody South, they lost their first game by fairly easy actually, very comfortably. Lost it and took on Kilburn, who have been pretty strong the last 2 or 3 years in Division 4. So, and it was Woody South, 21-12, 138. A big win over Kilburn, 10-12, 72. Was that a bit of a shock to you guys? That, considering Woody South did have a bad, their first game was pretty bad. First game is normally always like that. Kilburn have been in the mark, and they did win last week as well. So
I think Woody South got pumped by Walkerville last week, round 1, which was I suppose a bit of a surprise. You don't want to come out round 1 and lose by 10 goals, and then I suppose about to send around and come back out and win by another 10 goals next week. It's a pretty impressive effort. So their goal scorers were Rugari kicked 7, Smith kicked 4, Matthews kicked 3, Gosling 2, Rayner 2, Bailey 2, and Valasso kicked an individual. And they haven't rewarded Rugari's bagged 7, and he's been slid down to 4th best. Daly's 5th, 3rd Haynes. Minimum was 2nd, and Matthews playing BOG.
yeah, so you reckon with 7 goals, you get something better on the pizza voucher or chicken voucher or something like that. But yeah. What's the best? What do you guys get for best player?
You just get looked after a little bit financially.
Yeah,
that's all.
As you do, as you should too. So.
Yeah, which is
absolutely.
Yeah, you got to reward the
all different.
players.
So absolutely you do. Yeah, definitely. So and for Kilburn,
That's it, the Chicks, McCullum with 5, Wilson with 3. Interesting to see O'Keefe there. Normally bagged if he was well held, only with the single, and that could have been the difference there for Woody South. The best players are Buckskin, Hatt, Tippett, McCullum and Wilson. So yeah, very good win for Woody South, I think.
and gee, we've seen some big scores here, aren't we, over even through all the grades. So you think amateur league when you do the 2 up, 2 down, it tries to even itself out, but it hasn't quite. Just whether it's the beginning of the year, I don't know. But gee whiz, Mitcham took on Curnow Gardens, who normally Curnow Gardens have been very strong in this division over the years. So it was 23 goals, 13, 151 defeated Curnow Gardens 9-12, 66. So a massive win there in Mitcham. What they've done over the summer, I'm not sure, but so you take on the Mythe of Curnow Gardens. This is a big win.
Yeah, this is a big win. I think had a couple of good Saturdays with good weather, so that's allowed for plenty of scoring opportunities as well. So we go over Mitcham there, Tucker's kick 6, Keaton Reek has kicked 5, Quinn 4, Brayshaw 2, they're the multiple goal scorers. Tucker once again has been rewarded for his 6 goals. Jennings has got BOG there, Hall 2nd, Lines, Keaton Brick, and then Tucker rounds out the top 5 there. Also Tucker got 5th best for kicking 6, which is we're all pretty disappointed this week with the coaches. They're not rewarding full forwards for pockets.
There's a conspiracy at the moment. So if you kick 2 goals and get best player, kick 6 and 7, you're not going to get best players or down. That's probably a schooner voucher or something.
Yeah, you'll find out later on Smosh, if a bloke kicks a bag, that they get rewarded with the top 2 or 3.
Definitely. So it wasn't Morgan, I think.
Nah, Morgan, Butterfingers.
I went and watched him. I'll talk about that in a minute too. Exactly. He's got a nail too.
For Curnow Gardens, tough day for them. Patterson kicked 4, he was good. Penny Enwu 2, I think he's a Painter boy, he's come across. And then there was a number of single goal kickers, and James Davies, the former Athelston A grader, so that's a fair recruit for them. Suvalis, Anyanwu, Pengelly and Lang were the better players for Curnow Gardens.
No, massive win in Mitcham, well done. And go to the last game, so I'll hand this over to you, how the day panned out. And obviously if you see the half-time score, 9-8-62 Smosh to 4-2-26.
Yeah, it was a Rupert day Saturday out there at Kick Footy. We had 7 changes from round 1, which made us a little bit nervous going into the round, knowing that Walkies knocked off Footy South by 10 goals. 7 changes is never good, and especially the second round in. However, we came out and I think we got the first 3 or 4 on the board and fought hard in the first half, which was really good. Kyle Mattner up forward there was on fire. Aidan Parham kicked a couple of nice ones early. And then in the second half, I suppose you could say, turned the shit a little bit. Adam Proud started to dominate the football up forward and started kicking from everywhere really. He was a bit unstoppable. And then they kicked 9-2 in the third, and then our boys just held on in the end there for a 1-point win. Walkies had a shot with about 45 seconds left from about 30 out. A bit of a controversial free kick. They played a deliberate and then played it 10 metres in from the boundary, which was interesting, and not on the boundary, which we were a little bit confused. Anyway,
umpires too, so you just
the footy gods kind of shone down on us there. The bloke missed it, and then we got a clearance.
Yeah,
and then,
he
handballed it.
Oh,
handballed it, and the umpire played it deliberate, and then he played the free kick on the boundary line. He played it from where he handballed it, so he gave him a better angle. And then had a set shot, and everyone's scratching their head like, what the hell's going on? It's not even a rule. And then after the game, he was persistent with it. But anyway, that aside, we should have won by a lot more, and we were lucky enough to hold on by a point. And then I suppose we'll go into I'll get into the best players from Smosh. Taylor Parham off the half-back and wing, had a really good game. Matty Gates, the vice-captain out there, first game for the year, killed it. Kyle Matner, as I said earlier, kicked the bag of 6. Deserved for the sport. New recruit, Matty Halsey from the Riverland. He played really well across the wing in the midfield, and then big Matty Harper come back from Woolworth Magpies to ruck all day and had some really strong hands.
Big boy too.
And he is. He's about 6 foot 7, 6 foot 8. And it was a really good day for us boys to go to a zip. It's been a long time since we've done it.
And I've been giving Morgan Cox a bit of grief tonight. Obviously he's dating my daughter, but well done, 50 games on Saturday.
Yeah, we got around Morgan. We tried to cheer him off, but we didn't really need to because he's that tall. He cheers himself off. And he didn't really want to cheer because he knew he had a stinker. I reckon he dropped about 10, and I don't think he kicked a goal. No, he didn't even kick a goal. It was a centre-half-4. That's pretty pathetic, isn't it?
Mate, totally. And give it to him because he reckons he reckons he had this and that and the other.
No women's footy Monday night.
Yeah. Apparently women's footy Monday night. So he apparently had a corky, apparently had this and that. So he's giving all the excuse out of the world. But best and first winner last year. But I think I went and watched him his 50th, and he was on the bench for some of it. So, but anyway. No, we're on 50 games, so well done. And over to Walkies.
Yeah, good win there from Smosh. Really good win. I think Walkie will be one of the better teams this year. Big Prouty kicked 6. I think that's 15 now for the year, kicking on in the first game, so he's going to be a dominant figure. Law kicked 3, Ryan 2, and then a number of single goal kickers. Then Ryan, Proud, Stubby, Law, and McLean in the best players. So, good game there from Smosh.
That's it, and on to next week's game. So look, first on Curnow Gardens versus Seabok. I'm only going by what Seabok did last week. I think it should be Seabok by pretty easy actually.
Yeah, got the Anzac Day there, those boys. So Seabok will definitely take that one out. They're looking pretty strong this year with Johansen forward and to the midfield.
Yeah, I'll definitely tip the Finns there. Too strong.
Yeah, that's it. Towns and Mitcham, I think Towns, you said, are looking pretty strong, but I think after Mitcham's massive win last week, they're on the roll.
Yeah, this will be matched around, I reckon. Yeah. 2 real powerhouses for Division 4 this year in Townies and Mitcham. I reckon, it's a flip of a coin, but I think Edwardstown might get the chocolate set.
Yeah, I'll go with Mitcham, I reckon. 2 probably the pace setters, I reckon, this competition around the mark in September. But yeah, I think Mitcham will just get over the line.
And Kilburn and Walkerville, again, I saw what Walkerville did last week. They come from nowhere half time and they nearly ran you over at the end. So against Kilburn, it looked like they struggled last week a little bit. So look, I'm probably going for Walkerville, only going by past results at this stage, unless you know more in this division.
I haven't seen much about Kilburn yet. Obviously played Walkies last week, and their coach out there is what's his name, ex-pro Wiedemann. I reckon he'll fire him up over the break. And they'll head over to Kilburn. They would have been pretty pissed off that they didn't get the chocolates last week, so I'll go out there and I reckon I'll follow Kilburn.
Yeah, I reckon, Walkerville will get the chocolates. It'll be the battle of the forwards, I reckon. Big O'Keefe up there and Prouty. Could be if it's a nice day, could be a goal scoring fest up there, so should be a good game, but Walkerville to get that one.
And Pembroke Woody South, obviously Woody South will overshot, got beaten well in the first round, did well last round. Pembroke probably struggling. I'm going for Woody South this one out there. Pembroke with the trees over the boundary.
Yeah, give Pembroke, from memory, their ground's pretty small, and that's a big advantage for a lot of clubs. If they've got a small ground, they can generally play it well. So I'm going to give it to Pembroke, get South.
Yeah, go for the Kings this one. They're young guns and they're recruits to fire up, so put it on Alex Breda to start pulling his finger out and get a win there for the Kings.
And you're heading up to Pooraka week after next. Out there,
you got the balls out there. It's never a fun trip. They're a tough team, and you just really, it's one of those teams that you really want to win against. And we're looking to get a few back into the side this week. We had quite a few out last week, and looking for Steph Thomas to really put his finger out. We've got a couple of new dads in the team. He's one of them, and Gaz White, a couple of new daddies, and I think they're just blaming the newborns and the lack of sleep, which isn't sliding through the head.
Don't think Morgan's going to be dead anytime soon either. I'm just going to bring that one up.
Yeah, right.
And Morgan's got a fire. Yeah, Morgan's got a fire as well. So mate, better than last week. I went out and watched him. He played crap. You know, give him a hard time. I reckon you boys are going to do Pooraka next week.
Yep, hopefully. Yep.
Yeah, it was a tough game out at Limbon Park. With their forwards, Batten and Baker, they normally fire pretty well up there. But no, I'm tipping Smosh. They've started well the season brilliantly, so I reckon 3-0 Smosh.
Yeah, we'll just quickly look at the goal scorers. Got Adam Proud on 15, so that's a good start of the year actually, 15 in 3 games. Simon Tucker on 10, Ben, pronounce it, Gainsonbeek on 8, George Cornish on 8, Edwardstown and Sean Smith on 8. So certainly Adam Proud leading the way there on 15 goals from Morphettville. So did he kick any on the weekend?
He kicked 6.
So he did the 6, yeah.
And he, I reckon he missed 3 in the last, which helped us.
Exactly. So that's all for Division 4 and we'll see you next week.